Arsenal have officially confirmed the signing of Ecuadorian defender PIERO HINCAPIÉ'S on a season-long loan deal from Bayer Leverkusen, with an option to make the move permanent at the end of the season. The 23-year-old talent had been on Mikel Arteta's radar for months, and what made this transfer stand out was not just the speed at which the deal was finalized, but also the player's clear intention to join Arsenal, a club he openly admired. Negotiations between Arsenal and Leverkusen moved quickly, ensuring the paperwork was completed before the transfer deadline slammed shut, a move that highlights just how determined Arsenal were to bring him into the squad. Reports suggest the total package for the deal, should the Gunners decide to activate the buy option, could rise to around €40 million, making this a potential long-term investment for the club. Hincapie will wear the iconic number 5 shirt, a number that carries weight and history at the Emirates, symbolizing his expected role as a central figure in the defensive structure Arteta is building. While fans are eager to see him step into action, his official debut will have to wait until he returns from international duty with Ecuador, where he continues to prove himself as one of South America's brightest defensive prospects. Arsenal supporters have already begun buzzing with excitement, viewing this signing as not only a boost to the backline but also as a statement of intent from Arteta and the club hierarchy, showing that Arsenal are serious about strengthening key positions to challenge at the very top. With his youth, versatility, and top-level European experience already under his belt, Hincapie's arrival is expected to add depth, competition, and resilience to Arsenal's defense, making him one of the most intriguing additions of this transfer window. This is more than just a loan. It is a move that could redefine Arsenal's defensive identity for years to come if the option to buy is triggered, and fans across the globe are ready to welcome him into the red and white family. Arsenal have now made headlines across Europe by officially unveiling the arrival of Ecuadorian defender PIERO HINCAPIÉ'S on a season-long loan from Bayer Leverkusen with an option to buy, and while this deal might look straightforward on the surface, the story behind it reveals just how calculated and determined the Gunners were to secure his signature. At just 23 years old, Hincapie has already built a reputation as one of the most promising defenders in the Bundesliga, praised for his ability to read the game, his aggressive tackling, and his calmness under pressure, qualities that immediately caught the attention of Mikel Arteta and his recruitment team, who had been tracking his progress for several months. What made this move even more compelling was the player's own desire to make the switch, as insiders revealed that Hincapie made it clear to both his representatives and Bayer Leverkusen that he wanted to take the next step in his career by joining Arsenal, a club he viewed as the perfect fit for his style and ambitions. Negotiations between the two clubs were smooth but intense, as Arsenal pushed to get the deal finalized before the transfer deadline, and Leverkusen, aware of the defender's rising market value, were initially reluctant to let him go, but eventually agreed to a loan with a buy option included, knowing it could result in a lucrative permanent transfer if Arsenal decide to keep him. Reports from multiple outlets suggest that the total package, if Arsenal activate the purchase clause, could reach close to €40 million, a figure that underlines just how highly rated Hincapie is and how much Arsenal are willing to invest in their backline for the future. The club wasted no time in assigning him the number 5 shirt, a jersey steeped in history and responsibility, previously worn by some of Arsenal's most iconic figures, and fans immediately understood the symbolic weight behind that decision, interpreting it as a signal that Hincapie is expected to become a cornerstone of Arteta's defensive plans. Although supporters are desperate to see him in action at the Emirates, his debut will not come instantly, as he is currently on international duty with Ecuador, where he continues to establish himself as a key figure in their national setup, gaining invaluable experience against top-level competition. This signing has generated enormous excitement among Arsenal fans, who see it as another step forward in the club's mission to compete for the Premier League title and make a serious run in the Champions League, with Hincapie providing both depth and versatility in central defense, while also being capable of slotting in at left-back if required. For Arteta, this acquisition fits perfectly into his broader vision of building a young, dynamic, and adaptable squad capable of dominating English and European football for years to come, and it also sends a strong message to rivals that Arsenal are no longer content with being merely men, but are instead willing to go toe-to-toe with the biggest clubs in the world in the transfer market. Hincapie himself is said to be thrilled by the move, with early reports suggesting that he has already spoken about his eagerness to embrace the challenge of the Premier League and learn under Arteta, a manager known for his ability to develop and elevate young players. The timing of this move could not be better for Arsenal, who have faced defensive injury concerns in recent months, and the addition of a player of Hincapie's caliber ensures that the squad now has greater balance, competition for places, and tactical flexibility heading into a demanding season. Fans across social media platforms have erupted with excitement, welcoming him to North London with open arms and hailing the transfer as one of the smartest pieces of business Arsenal have conducted this window, and pundits are already debating how quickly he can adapt to the pace and physicality of the English game. In truth, this signing is about more than just plugging a gap in defense. It is about long-term planning, about sending a message of ambition, and about adding another building block to a team that Arteta believes can finally restore Arsenal to the pinnacle of English football, and if PIERO HINCAPIÉ'S lives up to the potential that so many see in him. This loan deal with an option to buy could go down as one of the most transformative signings in the club's modern era.